Hello friends, Christopher Nolan is a director whose movies are frequently called masterpieces. When such a director adapts a piece of literature that is the definition of a masterpiece, then the movie is a sure shot hit, right? Well, not necessarily. Think of the huge burden of expectations. What can Nolan say about a 3,000-year-old myth that has not been said before? How can he present it in a way that feels fresh? The bar is set incredibly high, and it's super easy for the fans to get disappointed and start hating the movie. So, is the Odyssey Christopher Nolan's best or worst, or somewhere in between? Let's find out. Some of you may be dying to know how Nolan structures the story. Homer told the original story in a non-linear way, and Nolan does the same. But I suspect that would have been the case even if the original Odyssey was not told in a non-linear way. Because he is Nolan, right? He is incapable of telling a story in a straightforward manner. The movie starts not with Odysseus, but with his wife and son back home, who have been waiting for Odysseus for 20 years since he left to fight the war in Troy. They are in a dangerous situation because the wife is being forced to remarry. And then we see Odysseus trapped on an island by a sea nymph. He's suffering from amnesia and can't remember where home is. And you wonder, how did the hero of Troy end up in this situation? The answer is revealed in fragments. In fact, what really happened at Troy is told at the very end of the movie. The music by Ludwig Göransson is awesome. He has chosen not to use the type of music that most epic movies have, and instead use sounds that belong to the period that the film is set in. He is said to have even created some musical instruments that do not exist today to bring that authentic sound to the movie. The way the music elevates the scenes of the movie is simply brilliant. Acting is good overall, but special mention to Matt Damon for portraying the inner conflicts of the hero so well, and showing how he deals with victories and defeats, loyalty and betrayal. He does not play Odysseus as a swashbuckling hero, but as a man who has seen it all and who has realized the futility of violence. Robert Pattinson shines in a negative role. Anne Hathaway plays the patient and long-suffering wife to perfection. The film has been in a lot of controversy due to its casting, especially the casting of a black actor in the role of Helen, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Black, Asian, and Latino actors have been cast as Greek fighters. It's unusual, and some people didn't like it. But I felt that this unusual casting was part of Nolan's subversive filmmaking, as if he's trying to tell us not everything is as it seems, or as people claim it to be. In any case, while watching the movie, the unusual casting choices don't jar. There has been talk about the accents. Some characters speak in an American accent rather than a British one, which is the norm for epic movies. And words like dad have been used in place of father. There has also been some criticism about the costumes, with people saying that the characters looked more like Vikings than like Greeks. It may well be true, but I don't know enough to comment. For most Indian audiences, these things may not matter, as they may not be very familiar with that era. Most events are shown as told in the book, but Nolan has taken some liberties. The Olympian gods could not find much of a place in his film. Zeus, Hermes, and Poseidon are never shown, only implied. Athena is seen several times, but she appears only to Odysseus and seems more like his hallucination than a divinity. Overall, I would rate this movie a 4 out of 5. It is the kind of movie that stays with you long after the show is over. It is not a typical movie that you would expect from Nolan, but it would be no fun if he made the same movie over and over again. In his recent movies, Nolan has been delving deeper into the minds of his heroes. He did it in Oppenheimer, and now he does it again in The Odyssey. He's taking a big risk here by making a big budget movie that relies not on spectacular scenes but on human emotions. Did his gamble pay off? Is The Odyssey Christopher Nolan's best movie or the worst? What do you think? Let me know in the comments.